So you're here because you wasted half the year. So basically we've all been kind of lazy. I think that's a lot of us. Guys, we're almost in August. Time's going by so fast. I feel like the only way to ever slow it down is by making the most of what's left. So if you just haven't had the best year so far, you know, you did the whole 2023 goal setting, even made a vision board, and yet July now and you haven't crossed off a single thing. That's okay, because now you have me, and I'm here to tell you how you can make the rest of 2023 your best year yet. Now's the time to start making changes. Your possibilities are endless. Let's begin today's video. Before anything, you're gonna start with a clean slate. It is a fresh start. Doesn't matter how much time you wasted, what you could have been doing during that time. The past is in the past. It's time to let it go. Like as if you had a paper and you were throwing it into a trash can. If this helps to know, everyone is on a different life paths. It might take someone longer or sooner to be successful, to be happy. We're all at different paces and on different journeys. The best thing about it is that we have all of this time to still get to where we want to be. That was really inspirational. Thanks, I know. Now that that's said, first things first, let's devise a plan of attack. Right now you're gonna write on a piece of paper and write out 5 priority goals for the rest of this year. Keep in mind, these 5 goals have to be 1, attainable, and 2, ones that if these are accomplished, you will look back at your year and feel fully content with how it went. And then on each priority goal, you are gonna write out your plan to execute. Basically how you plan to achieve this goal, be realistic, and try to make this doable. I wrote out the plan for each goal up until the 3rd one. That's where my arm started to hurt. This is kind of how I mind mapped how I would plan to achieve this goal. Common theme in all of my goals, I will write out something that needs to be fixed about myself. For instance, one of my goals was to consistently stay organized. However, I know my weaknesses. One thing that I still remain to do is I always take on like 5 tasks at a time. Specifically, when I wrote this down, I wrote that when you fix this, you will be much more successful. And that it triggers my brain to believe that without having fixed this problem, you will not be able to be as successful as you would like to be. With a combination of some self-accountability and some positive affirming beliefs, I can almost guarantee you that these 5 goals will happen. Most importantly, you have to stay committed to this goal. So write out when and for how long you would plan to work towards this goal. In my case, if my goal was to upload a video each week for the rest of the year, I would write down that on every Monday for the entirety of the day, I would solely be working on filming and editing. In any other case, it could be like an hour every day a week, 10 minutes in the morning. What this is gonna do is it's gonna give you some sort of structure and scheduling to keep you disciplined. Then plan to record and journal about the progress that you are making. This is important because it's gonna hold you accountable and so you can reflect on how well you're doing. And let's be honest, it's kind of fun to check off things, write about yourself, you know. Of course, with this back to school season approaching, some of your goals may be school oriented. That's where I'm gonna plug my video. I do have a whole entire video on becoming the perfect student, and so I'd love to be of help in reaching your school goals. So definitely go check that video out. I will have it linked down below. So next we're gonna create another list. What can I say, like list? This list is gonna be all about the little things that you enjoy doing. Just in case, you know, you haven't had anything to do this summer, this is gonna be some fun stuff. These can be things such as hobbies, dates, places to explore, books you wanna read. Basically like a summer bucket list, but a rest of the year bucket list, so it can be very long. I would personally write out dates that I've been wanting to go on with friends or like a significant other. Picnic dates, the water park, Sky Zone. Like those are actual dates I've been wanting to go on. So Ernie, if you're watching this,
what are you doing?
I think a really cool one would be like an area around your city that you'd like to explore. Doing this always takes up like an entire day for me, so I thoroughly enjoy this. What this does is it gives you a list of things that you can look forward to throughout the year. Also things that you can actually do, especially on days where you have nothing planned. It also creates this sort of balance between working towards your goals and still having moments of leisure. And I think always having those little moments to yourself or with your friends or with your family are always things to look back on and feel fulfilled by. Okay, let's hope my hair doesn't catch on fire. Let's talk things that you can actually do to get to your goals and start becoming the better version of yourself. First things first, you guys already know I talk about this all the time on my channel because it has literally saved my life. The art of mastering organization is going to be the key to all types of success. You guys know I use this Notion template. I use this template to organize my weeks, my months, my days. There are some days where I literally am just like, I don't know what to do with myself. And those days usually happen when I just haven't planned anything out the night before. Part of my night routine, I try to go in my Notion app and I will just write out a list of what I can either do or what I have to do that day. It's time for my nightly ritual. Either if I have a big day planned or I have nothing planned, I will go into my Notion template and write up whatever I have to do that day. More often than not will I do this. Now that especially it's gonna be so busy with school, you best believe I will be in here writing out every little thing. Tomorrow's a jam-packed full day. Nothing particularly that concerns work-related things, you know, school. Actually, yes, school, because I forgot I had 2 assignments. Let's write down on my top priority 2 assignments due by 11:59 because I totally forgot about that. This has just given me all the sense of structure. I also wouldn't have known I had my 2 assignments done, so this is why I do this every night, because I'm a forgetful bitch. Not only is it giving me a sense of peace knowing what I have planned for the next day, but it also gives me motivation. If I have written down I want to wake up at 8 a.m., I am more likely to end up waking up at that time if I tell myself I'm going to. So Notion's been my best friend. Then when it comes to keeping my space organized, I recently changed the setup of my room. So if you're looking at my bed right now, it's actually faced this way instead of being like this. It's really been a game changer in how I keep my room organized. For some reason, this layout has just made it more obvious if something is like laid out. If I see like shoes or socks or something laid out, my brain immediately notices it and is like, okay, let's put it away, let's get rid of it. It's also been my mindset shift on how I view my room. Now I just view it as a place that is so important to like my mental clarity and stress levels. You guys, I think this is peak peacefulness my room will ever achieve. When I would wake up and see my room a mess, I just had no motivation to start the day. It definitely had to do with the fact that I would feel very overwhelmed and hopeless. It was definitely mentally draining for me. And so I don't want to bring myself to those points. I really want to instill this habit in me of constantly just picking things up here and there and keeping my room tidy instead of being it something where I wait till everything accumulates and then I decide to clean it up. I want it to stay consistently clean so I feel my best. I'm gonna say that is one habit you're gonna want to pick up in your life. It's just being a consistent tidy queen. This next one, kind of tea. If you guys have watched my how to be more productive video, I did my own experiment there on limiting my screen time. This is something I still stand by. I'm currently on my own journey of limiting screen time, deleting social media. I've just noticed how much social media has affected my mental health, my attention span, my jumbled upness, if that's a word, and also feelings of anxiety. So I just want to have control over what I'm letting myself consume on social media. I deleted TikTok and YouTube. YouTube being the most surprising because it's always been something that I have found comfort in, but I slowly started to realize how much it affected my confidence, and I would just be more aware of me comparing myself to other people's success. So being on my journey of quitting social media, it has left me in moments where I'm like, what do I do with myself? And that's the sad thing. There are a list of things before phones and all that stuff even existed that I would have thought of doing. I'm slowly finding healthier things to do to fill up my time. Journaling, investing into my hobbies, going out and just touching some freaking grass. A lot of you guys have been telling me that you have been really struggling to stay off your phones, and like, you know that it's a problem, but you just don't know what to do to help yourself. Definitely start with creating a routine in the morning that does not involve your phone. Obviously, it's easy to be like, let me just scroll my phone for a little bit because you have nothing to do in the morning. But if you fill it up with going for a walk first thing in the morning, or reading, drinking some water, if you just create a structured morning routine, it will help you stay off your phone less. When in doubt, literally just put yourself to read in the morning instead of watching a YouTube video or scrolling on TikTok while you're eating. Just read a book. If you are starting your day first thing in the morning with your phone, trust me, it'll be like an addiction the rest of the day. I have noticed the difference myself. When I make that mistake, the rest of the day, I'm just mindlessly picking up my phone, and I will literally tell myself like, why did you just do that? Like, you actually don't even have a reason. It is just your brain telling you to go pick up your phone. And it really just makes me upset with myself because I'm like, wow, I'm letting my phone dictate my life. Having it be out of sight, out of mind is literally the best way to do it. For example, when you're going on a walk or when you're going to the gym, do not take your phone with you. This is gonna allow you to be much more present within your space, and it will literally just be training your mind to know that you no longer need it. I encourage you one day out of the week to just spend a majority of the day without your phone. Plan a day with your best friends. Tell yourselves you will be leaving your phones in the car. I will always do this if I just have been. The next day I will spend the entirety of it doing things that genuinely make me happy that don't have anything to do with my phone. I thoroughly enjoy taking myself on solo eating dates, and it feels better when you can go without your phone and be alone at the same time. Of course, when I'm filming myself, like, I have my phone out, but once the food comes out, it is out of sight, out of mind. Trust me guys, our phone addictions are real, and it is seriously holding us back from our fullest potential. Personally, one of my favorite things to do in order to help me achieve my goals is positive affirmations. I don't have any currently on this moment, but I'm about to write some and stick it everywhere on my wall. The hack is to get yourself aesthetic looking sticky notes. I put these on my desk since I'm often here and I can look at these for words of encouragement. By feeding yourself positive words of affirmation, whether that is, I'm gonna pass my exam, I will be successful and rich in the future. It's literally training your brain to believe these things, thus allowing you to act upon them. As stated before, when you tell yourself you are going to do something, you are more likely to do it. There has been countless times where I will just tell myself I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. and my body somehow ends up doing it the next day. day, even if I'm running on low sleep, it will simultaneously wake up on its own because I have fed my brain the information needed to do so. The days that I have felt my worst, I will go on YouTube and search up positive, uplifting words of encouragement. And I can't tell you how much it changes my mood, the emotions that I'm feeling, to much more uplifted ones. Like, I'll have the courage to get out of bed and go to the gym. Those words of encouragement have truly pulled me out of some dark places. If you can take one thing from this, go buy a pack of sticky notes, write out some of your favorite positive affirmations, stick them on your walls, on your bathroom mirror, because that's like something you're always looking at, and slowly but surely you will notice the difference. This next tip I love because it's not so... If you have especially felt like this year has just had lack of purpose, starting a new hobby or a passion project is going to be your best friend. Having a hobby or a skill that you're very passionate about is going to give you some sense of joy and fulfillment in your life. So I encourage you to find something that is just a source of pure happiness for you. Something you do not because you feel obligated to, but because it just happily passes time by. So for me right now, I've been going back to past hobbies that I loved doing as a kid. One of them being basketball, but this is something I grew up doing. It's something I loved doing when there wasn't so much pressure on it, which
was never really the case
because I was always playing competitively. So I've just been doing it more for fun and form of exercise, and something I like to do with Ernie so I can kick his butt, because I've beat him twice now. He might have beat me once.
Just once.
I should be taking advantage of what my body can do now versus maybe when I'm a little older, like 89. I don't know. I feel like I could still be dancing by then, to be honest. I truly think that everyone needs this in their life, not only to be purely happy, but to just be the best version of themselves. Last bit of advice, you're gonna have to put on your big girl pants for this one. As boss babes, we need to start establishing some source of income. I think a common goal for many of us is to be financially stable and to just make our own money so we can spend it. It doesn't have to be an XYZ amount. It could literally be a couple $100s selling your clothes on Depop. I think the art of learning how to make your own money truly paves a pathway for you to slowly learn more about becoming financially free, how to know how to save your money and how to spend it and what to invest in. I'm still learning about all those things, and I think it is helpful that, you know, we are in this generation where you could probably just search up a video and learn how to invest or where to invest. Nowadays, there are crazy ways to make money. It is scary and insane at the same time, but it also leaves room for opportunity. I guess there's people who play NPCs and make
thousands.
Actually blows my mind. If there's a will,
there literally is a way.
I'm gonna link down a few YouTubers that I would watch previously whenever I was just curious on how people can make a source of income. It is really nice to learn about those things and know that there may be easier ways for people to make money, especially if it's just online from the comfort of your home. So again, having your own money is gonna give you the freedom to be able to do whatever you want to do with it, and it will help build that worth ethic that will eventually lead you to be financially stable. Advice from my own self.
I just came up with it on the spot right now.
Life is about experiencing things, whether it is an emotion, a person, a place. There is so much to take away from it and so much beauty in getting to experience those things. Try to look on the brighter side. You feed yourself words of encouragement, words of positivity. Better days and better things will come. I just came up with that on the spot.
I think it was pretty good.
That is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. An amazing day. Hugs and kisses. I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.